Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Salam, shalom, peace. Much love, much hope, much connection, much praying, much every great value in this world to spread or to blow it with the wind on the Holy Land and all of the world. Sometimes the way take us so away from our steps. Sometimes it can be great. Sometimes it can be a little bit strange, but there's nothing we can do except to pray. And this is what we are doing here, praying. I know that many people sometimes feel the pain. Feel not the pain, the result of the pain. The people think that the pain, we can feel the pain. You cannot feel the pain. The pain is kind of taste, but you feel the result or the tail of the pain. The pain, it's a kind of imagination. You can make it bigger, you can make it smaller. And it's very important for us to heal ourselves sometimes, to feel it smaller, and very important for all of us when we need to heal some situation. In my home, I need to take care to the home of my neighbor also. Because of the home of my neighbor is great, there's nothing there, my home will be great and nothing except peace. This is what we need to do, to feel one another, because the result of my pain is her result of the pain and his result of the pain. But instead, I remember when I went to my Sheikh al-Baghdadi, he said to me once, Ghassan, you have lots of seeds. Instead, to plant dark trees, plant trees of light and love and hope. Because you need to plant, and you will use the same water to water all of these seeds. Use this water for great things. Jawuddin, it's yours.
No, thank you. I think it's very important to really recognize how difficult this time is. It's not just the outer, it's not just the news, it's not even just the wars. But the time is very difficult. And last night and this morning during the night, I kept asking myself in my meditation, why is it so hard? What's going on? We sense that it's a difficult time. We feel the weight in our hearts. Why? Why? And as I sat in the dark and the quiet, I'm reminded once again of a throwback to when I was a bit younger in the 60s. And there was so much noise about the rising of the age of Aquarius. And it is an age that's very different from the current paradigm that we've lived in, all of us, for our life. We've lived in an era that was predominantly hierarchical, and without getting into gender politics, predominantly male. And that's vibration as well as gender. And that era must come to an end. It's ending right now. Evolution is not just physical. It's not just changes in the outer DNA. It's changes in something in our collective conscience and in our collective consciousness. We are desperately trying to go into a new model. And in the new model, it's not one tough, stubborn, narrow, usually male at the top, but it's going to be a broader base where the bottom is as important as the top. And we need to be conscious, I believe this, in our vigil, in our prayers. We need to be conscious, I need to be, that we're not just praying for peace, even though we all are praying with our heart and soul, but we're praying for an opening, that this newborn energy, and it's newborn, it's maybe 100 or 200 years old at the most, is given a place in our minds and hearts to birth, to be the midwives of the next era. Whether you have children or grandchildren, all of us recognize all the children on the planet. And they'll have children, and their children will have children. And we need to give them this gift of a future, not just the same cyclical repetition of violence and destruction for no benefit, really, no benefit. So our prayer vigil, along with many others, has a responsibility to open up our own hearts and minds to combat something Sheikh Ghassan said, very real, to combat our fear, which really is our imagination. Doesn't mean there's no fear, but there are deeper forces that should be guiding us so that we can make sure that our prayer bounces off all of the universe and comes back and acts as an opening on this planet for this new energy to come in, to come through. It's been struggling, you know. I've seen it my whole life, since I was a little kid. This struggle going on between what was and what could be. I used to say, what will be, God willing, it will be. We on this call, we all know this is so. We know why we're doing this at our soul level. And to be clear, I'm not making a plea for anyone to do anything. Part of the future is there won't be this person telling us what to do. We'll all respond to our own hearts and souls. And we'll know what part I have to play, I being each one of us. The spirit that can guide us is incredibly powerful. What stands in the way? Our own doubts and fears, our imagination. And now, one last thing, and this is very difficult to say, and I don't even know how to say it. Our hearts and our souls go out to the victims of violence. My heart, my soul goes out to all those who are wounded, to the families of those who've lost people. Really, my heart and soul goes out, but I realized something in the night. My focus, this is me talking, not you, me, focus, me, collective consciousness. My focus needs to be on my own, although my heart is really breaking from what I've seen. I can't let that distract me from the importance of connecting with the supreme intelligence, whatever you want to call it. And real compassion, real mercy is maintaining the balance, like in nature, maintaining the balance so that the future can exist, so that there's space and energy in the future, as well as in the present. So my partner and I have been watching this beautiful nature show on Netflix. I forget what it is. I know it's produced by Spielberg. I forget the name of it. And it always uh, brings to the front the 5 or 6 times when almost all life was wiped off the planet. And I kept asking, well, what caused that devastation? And there were answers, scientific answers of what happened. But it wasn't satisfactory to me. I was fighting with the show, even though everything they said was real and accurate, and it's beautiful. But there's something deeper. There's something that pulls in that asteroid that crashes into the earth. It's not random. It's consciousness. And we, living at a time, for the first time, when there's global consciousness, potentially, what we do to affect that consciousness is so important, not only for today, but for the future. So please, friend to friend, don't get distracted. Really, don't get distracted. Don't forget why we're here, what our role is, and keep that balance. The suffering is on all sides. And Sheikh Ghassan said something that's so profound about the pain. We don't really feel the pain. We feel the surface of the pain, the infinite, the one being in whom we all live and move and have our being. That's the being that really feels the depth of the pain. That's part of every being that's suffering. And so many people ask me, well, if there's a God, why doesn't God stop this? Part of growth for all of us is to hold the center. We're the ones who have to stop this. Otherwise, all these lives lost will be for wasted, for nothing. So You know, part of me wants to apologize for kind of giving a heavy talk, but it was so clear. There was so much pressure that I felt in the night to share this, that we really understand the difficulty. Many of you know the point between yin and yang is very dangerous, but also very creative. I hope we can focus and make it very creative and not very destructive. So I can't even pray. I feel like my words were my prayer. Let's, nothing against the Pisces. I'm talking about the Piscean age. Let's move from the Piscean age. Let's really be more horizontal, not so hierarchical, not so. If we want to be vertical, let's be vertical to the infinite. Let's each realize our own spiritual power, our own gifts, our own creativity, that we can do the work. We don't need someone else to do it for us. I'm going to repeat something that one of my greatest spiritual teachers used to say to me all the time. It's a guy named Joe Miller. Dalai Lama called him Joe Milarepa, if you know who Milarepa was. And Joe said, look, except he didn't say it quietly like this. He screamed in my ear many times. He said, look, if Jesus Christ came back today, he would not know you better than you know yourself. So that's our challenge. Not forget who we are, what our dharma, what our duty is, what our real religion is. You know, dharma means religion. What's our real religion? How can we, each of us, be part of this growing whole that will be part of the birthing of the next level of evolution? One more thing. I know I've been talking for a while, forgive me. One more thing. There is no separation between the violence acts that are occurring on different places of the planet. There's great violence going on in the Sudan, for example. But because of notions about race and economy, it's not a very big news story. All the acts of violence on the planet are connected. And climate change is connected also to evolution. So there's a line I'll end with, a wonderful line from Mevlana Jalaluddin Rumi. And he said, don't go back to sleep. Once you start to wake up, don't go back to sleep. This community that we've created, stay awake in this community. We have great work that we're doing and that we have to do. Our future is just beginning. It's beginning in this moment. So, thank you all. Dear Sheikh, friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Shabuddin. It's very deep. I wanted you to continue. Really, it makes me so quiet, so happy, so strong. I want to say that when we went in the school after that to play basketball or volleyball, I think we were two teams, two groups playing who will win or not. Later, I began to understand that there is two teams within us playing the dark values and the light values. Who will win? And once I asked my father, I told him, they are playing, who will win? He told me, the thing that you feed it, more will win. You must feed the light within you. Yesterday and last night, I sometimes like to be lazy, you know. I slept a lot, many hours, because since the seventh, I didn't sleep. And I say, if I need to keep my responsibility, as Shahabuddin say to me, close this and everything and go, don't reply, don't respond to anyone. And I did. I didn't reply and didn't respond. And really, I succeeded to pass the red line in sleeping. And during the night, I began to think, because I began to get out of myself and to be strong. And I say, okay, I received many invitations from my fear, from my within inside hatred, and so come to play together. And for a moment, you will say, okay, I'll play with the great team, with the good team. And I almost try to make the first step to go to the game. But suddenly I say, no, I will not play. I will not play. Because if I will play, I will recognize them. They are still within me. They don't have any place within me. Then I don't need to play. You are not exist. I don't know if you saw the movie Beautiful Mind. Russell Crowe. It's a very beautiful. It's a very beautiful, you know. We can, it's a very great psychological movie. I studied a lot, learned a lot from there. I want to say that almost it's happened to me after that. I awake from all of this pain and so on, the results of the pain. And I say, I will not enter to any field. It will awake or revive within me some kind of dark shadow. I'll not be there because I'm so clean. I would like to feed my great side. I need to fly. I need to dance. I need to sing. I need to be with everyone. And suddenly I say, okay, I'm right or left? I say, no, I'm on the middle. I will not betray any side. Left is good. Right is good. Behind is good. Head is good. Above, down, everywhere is good. But the problem sometimes, you know, during the driving under the rain, you need to use your, I don't know what the name of
wipers. Wipers. Windshield wipers.
Wipers. You need to use your wipers to see clearly. And I say, Ghassan, all the time in your eyes, you need to use the wipers, because you need to keep yourself very clear to see, to watch, to understand, you know. And I did it. And really, when I arrived here, it was so hard for me to make this jump. I know Jesus from Precipice Mountain, he jumped to Jerusalem. And some people say he jumped to the closest village, you know?
Yeah.
Once I say, never mind, I would like to do the closest. I couldn't. You know, when I came here, I say, I'll change all of my mind. I'll change all of my tradition, all of my culture. I'm American now. And it's okay, I'm American, but it's not so nice to change everything with you. Take the great things from there, combine with the great thing here, and it will hold you highly. But I would like to thank a couple people. They taught me, and they were for me the greatest people as great teachers. In addition to Shahabuddin, to Michael Mace, to other people. These both people, Shams and Zakira, I remember they took me come to walk a little bit, and they began to teach me here and there and so on. And really, thank you. You planted with me a very high level of values, American great values, the values of freedom, of love, not the other values, But until now, I try to find the umbrella, the great umbrella that it can protect me from the dark rain, and at the same time, I can see through that umbrella. What I want to say that be you, as Shahabuddin say a little bit before, be you. Be you. The Sufis say, when you'll go to ask about some questions, many people, this person will give you a different answer. That person will give you a different answer. The third person will give you another answer. And then the Sufis say, استفتي قلبك ولو أفتوك. Ask your heart, even if all of the people will give you the answers. Take the answer of your heart, because it's come from you and it will come back to you. Shahabuddin said that we are passing a very hard time. Yes, we are passing a very hard time because the hatred and the anger, the fear leading this war. It's happening war. I say, don't look to the dark shade. I say to the Sheikh once, oh Sheikh, it's very dark. It's very dark. And how can we see the result? He said to me, it's very dark. I say, yes. He said, be the light. Be the light. You need to be the candle, the light, to light for all the people all around you. I say, okay, we will. Till that time, when I need to do something, I'm getting out of all of my external side. And he told me, Ghassan, when you'll come back from the work, you'll put off your clothing, right? Put off your external side. Put off your physical side to be very clean and very clear, and then begin to judge everything. But you know how to judge the things all around you? Through yourself. Judge yourself first. After that, you will see the things all around you very clear. We need to continue to pray. We will not stop. I would like to say that I have a great connection with the Israelis and the Palestinians. I have great connection with many people all around the world, Shahabuddin and I. But this time, I try every night, every day, every moment to talk to the people. Most of the people, they refuse to come, not because they don't need to pray. They are full of fear. They are full of fear. And they are under a war. They need to protect themselves. Abed and I and Shahabuddin, we say things, but many things we cannot say. We are in connection every day, from the morning until the second morning sometimes, in connection with the families. You know, in our country, in Israel, and the Palestinians, they divide works, and you need to hold your mission, to talk to the people, to give them hope, and so on, so on, so on, so on. We are in this phone all the day to make them come down, to work with them. And we are in connection with the leaders and the grassroots. We try to connect. We try to do the best. Unfortunately, the high-level politicians from both sides, they try to continue the thing. But I want to tell you something. Really, really now, your prayer did the best and influence all the people in the Holy Land so much. We are in the end of the tunnel. I think soon everything will change, will stop. The war will stop. Peace will come. All the people will be great. You know, close your eyes when you'll be alone and imagine that everything is okay and the people talking one to another. One of my greatest friends, Shahabuddin, know him. Sometimes he's crazy, sometimes he's good. I tried to call him today. He shouted on me and he said, I will not talk to you. You know him, Shahabuddin.
Yeah,
Directly, his wife got the cell phone and said, Ghassan, it's okay, it's okay. He didn't eat his breakfast. It's okay. You know, it's make it as a joke. I say, okay, and open the voice. I say, please feed him very well. I don't want to eat. I say, okay, you'll eat when you'll be hungry. Don't worry. You know, it's joking with him. We close early morning. After that, he came to me. Hello, yes, I love you. And he closed. He didn't wait for me to say thank you, you know. But what I say, I sent it with all of the vibration to his heart. Thank you, I love you too. He got it, I think. He understands that I love him, you know. This is the situation there. He is a great person. He's a high-level person there in the Holy Land. This is the situation. As Shahabuddin said, keep support.
Yeah.
Keep pray. Keep be with us. And I want to say, we try, Shahabuddin, I, Michael, Ted, Akbar, Abed, all of us, we try to work all the time. But sometimes we are not machines. We are human beings. Yesterday it was mine. Today I'm so strong, you know. Your prayers hold me a lot. Thanks to all of you sent me support. And thank you, Shahabuddin, for your prayers. Thank you all. Love you all. We'll be together all.
Yeah.
Shahabuddin.
I think we've said enough. Could we have just 1 minute of silent prayer? Just 1 minute, whatever way you want to pray, pray. Yeah, 59 seconds. Make it powerful. So be it. I know all of our hearts are really pure. So whatever we prayed for must happen. It must. So thank you all. Love you all. See you tomorrow.